Welcome to Module 4 of the Administration Code Regulation 703 KAR 5:080. My name is Pamela Powers and I am with the Office of Assessment and Accountability. Module 4 will focus on seating charts and student motivation. Please note, the page number on the slides represents the information found in the regulation document itself. Let's talk about seating charts. All state required tests must have a seating chart. Seating charts can be for group testing, like the layout of a classroom, or for individual testing, which we see most often for accommodated or makeup testing. The chart may be kept in either paper or electronic format and completed by the classroom teacher. A chart will be completed for each test session and kept on file. Sometimes the DAC or the BAC will supply the teacher or test proctor with a locally created seating chart template to use, especially if your room arrangement is significantly different. Example templates created by KDE are available on the KDE website under Assessment and Accountability, Assessment Support, and Forms. For those that want to create your own seating chart templates, certain information must be included. What information should be included on a seating chart? That would be the test name, district and school names, the test date, the room number, the content area being tested, all of the student names, names for all testing staff in the room, and the room layout. The student names should be placed on the appropriate places on the room layout. Some indicate where a student is absent from a seat on the chart. It is acceptable to use the same seating chart for more than one test session, especially if you are testing more than one section on the same day with the same students. If you have questions about a seating chart you or your school have created, please check with your district assessment coordinator or DAC. Student motivation and rewards, including how to fund these efforts, can be confusing. This section will help remove some of that confusion. Good faith effort checklists may be used at any grade. The checklist expectation should be general in nature and not include any requirement that would take away student ownership. The checklist may include things such as comes prepared for testing with pencils and erasers or with their Chromebook, arrives on time, does not disturb others, uses time wisely, and focused on testing during the administration time. The checklist should not include any type of evaluation of student responses, such as wrote 3 paragraphs or that test answers were correct or not. No evaluative feedback can be given to students until all testing is complete and materials are out of the hands of students and teachers. The district or school can decide how to share the results of the good faith effort checklist based on completed testing. Results may be shared for a grade level at a school when all testing is completed for that grade level. A school could decide to share results of the checklist only after all testing for the entire school is completed, or a district may give directions as to how results can be shared. With the move to online testing, some of the currently used good faith effort checklists may require updates. In a paper pencil test, it is easy to visually scan student responses following the test session to see if a student did a pre-write or completed all test questions. This may not be available for online testing. Once the test is submitted by the student, the test proctor cannot access the student responses. Use of the checklist may require the teacher to mark the checklist as the students are testing. When using the good faith effort checklist, remember that this is the student's work, meaning We cannot require the student to use a particular organizer, strategy, or method to complete any test question. If we choose to use the good faith effort checklist, how will we fund the rewards? Funding rewards for our good faith effort checklist may come from various sources. The best source may be donations from individuals, businesses, parents, or staff to fund the student incentives. There are other regulations besides the Administration Code regulation that apply to curriculum, instruction, reward funding, etc. When planning activities tied to assessment, refer to the appropriate regulations. Your district or school staff should be able to assist you with which regulations apply to your situation. One such regulation concerns the acceptance of donations and using school bank accounts. Follow the Red Book rules. It is not acceptable to use local school board funds or cash awards from school activity funds generated by students for student incentives or rewards to A, attend school during the testing window, B, participate in assessment activities, or C, perform well on state-required assessments. You'll find this on page 14 of the Administration Code regulation. Also, extended school services or ESS funds cannot be used for test preparation. When it comes to funding, please check with your school or district financial staff, especially if you are contemplating giving cash rewards. Your district may have policies in place for acceptable rewards. Having a student retake part of an assessment because of a disciplinary issue is rather straightforward in a paper pencil test, but is not as easy in online testing. For online testing, the proctor will need to make note of the inappropriate content while monitoring, since they will not have access to the test responses once the student submits the answers. When a student's responses to test items are reviewed and found to contain inappropriate language or drawings, for example, obscenities, the student may be instructed to answer the questions again on a separate sheet or sheets of paper for disciplinary purposes. The original responses shall be submitted for scoring to the testing contractor. The paper on which the retaken item is answered should be considered as secure material and treated as such. Follow the directions in the administration manuals for how to submit the retaken item to KDE. No changes may be made to the original response recorded in the student response booklet. This concludes Module 4 of 6 of the Administration Code training. Please review all 6 modules to complete the Administration Code training. If you have specific questions about the Administration Code training Module 4 or any module-related questions, please feel free to contact KDE DAC Information at dacinfo@education.ky.gov or call us at 502-564-4394. Thank you for your time and participation.